Greetings and welcome once again to Solving the World's Problems. Tonight, our problem is going to be only having a couple hours to talk about one of the things that brings us all joy. That thing is Christmas. Christmas movies and specials are as much as a part of the season as eggnog or Cousin Eddie's RV. They make us laugh, they make us cry, they make us add whiskey to the punch. A good Christmas movie can lift your spirits and put you in the mood of the season. Welcome all to the Solving the World's Problems Christmas special. So, a couple of just real brief announcements before we get going, and that is Father Miller's cat.
Yes.
I want to wish my partner in YouTube here, John, the creative blue collar guy, a very happy birthday. He's not a birthday guy, but we're going to celebrate it anyway. So happy birthday, John.
Thank you, sir.
No, we're not going to say
that.
I was about to join with
don't
you.
like him that much.
It was
not enough.
It was 2 days ago. It's over. It's done. It's fine. But thank you.
So you're 16, right? That's how old you are now.
Like that.
Okay, cool.
Are you legal to have that beer,
Almost
son?
old enough to drink.
In which country? That's the question.
Aha.
And just like that. Introducing the panel tonight, we have with us, finally, it's like an Elvis sighting. It is that 70s rock fan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you for being so patient with me.
Well,
thank you for having me. I do appreciate it very much. I know it's been a bit of a wait and a bit of a struggle, but because obviously,
time zones.
And I'd like to claim it's because I'm in demand, but it's not. It's just because normally I eat around this time, and no, I'm just kidding.
Frankly, I would take a good dinner over me as well.
And sometimes I'm on Midnight's Edge After Dark, which I've just come over from. So. But yeah, thanks for having me, mate. It's a pleasure to be here, and hopefully I'll be able to do it many more times.
Oh, I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. And we don't drive you away like we did Mando. Mando was gone for like 7 years. We finally got her back. So again, with us tonight is the nerd father, Father Miller. Father Miller, thank you for being with us tonight. How are you?
Yeah, good to be here. Thank you. Good. It's been an interesting week. Today is a holy day in the church. It's the Immaculate Conception of Mary. So I had 2 masses this morning, and yeah, I'm nearing the end of my day.
So a busy day for Father Miller, and he's here anyway. Thank you, Father. John, the creative blue collar guy, thank you for that Christmas intro, by the way. That was awesome. I really appreciate that. That was gold. He's just going to sit there in silence like a freaking weirdo. All right, cool.
It's going to make you as uncomfortable as I possibly can.
And back with us, which I am just thrilled to death with, is our good friend, my favorite wizard. It is Blair de Blair. Welcome back to the show, Blair.
Thank you for having me back.
Oh, well, so the WWF career of your son didn't work out, and he's back with us now. Sometimes they come to me in strange ways, but I'm glad he's back. Definitely.
I get my life back. That's what I'm happy for.
And returning once again, the one, the only, the untamed Mando. Thank you for being back on the show, Mando.
It is a pleasure and a privilege, and I am so glad that you continue to ask me, because it makes me feel better about the craziness that I bring, that it's not too much, because we all know that my partial residence is a madhouse down the road.
And I'm happy they let her out from time to time.
I think they actually ejected her. They threw her out.
I feel like they did. They were just like, hey, so I know you like to hang out with these people, but you gotta go. And I'm like, why? They're cool people. And they're like,
so you do realize you're not actually supposed to be in here. You're not a resident. You can't just keep turning up here every night.
But they have the nice cushy room where I get to hug myself. It's amazing.
Yeah.
See, this is why you tune in, folks. It's for things just
you get to hang out with Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito.
Right? Just fabulous people. Like, it's just always entertaining. But yes, I'm back, and I finally have all of my channel names as Untamed Mando instead of everyone being confused. So my channel names are just Untamed Mando, and it's glorious, and everyone has stopped giving me a hard time now.
Well, there goes that bit of fun. Also, you can find everybody's data in the show description. So take a look, check out their channels, check out their Twitter, all the stuff. And with me, once again, is my good friend, Shieldwall of Dragons. Welcome back, sir. How are you?
Hey, everybody. Just glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me back. Always a good time. And it's great to be on a stream with Creative Blue Collar Guy and 70s Rock Fan, Friar Miller, or Father Miller, I'm sorry, and Untamed Mando.
That got weird, Father.
Sorry. I was raised Protestant, so.
It's okay.
It'll be okay. And in the chat we've got Abomination AJ, Zax. Thank you for being here. Who else is out there? Who else out there in the Neversphere? Jacob Ironside, my good friend Invader Zim, Smile for a While, Jay the Deep Minded, and of course Matt the Thad that shouldn't be. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. I am very old.
You're what?
Don't start with me.
What are
Don't
you?
start with me. We're going to start talking about Life Day, and it's all over.
Story?
Cajun Corey is with us as well. Nice to see you, Cajun. I did also want to bring up because he's plugging me on his, so I'm going to plug him on this. And that did not sound right at all. Forgive my phrasing.
We're supposed to be keeping it family friendly here, man.
The Nerdporial Life Form is doing a Christmas story stream over on Twitch right now. I imagine he is sticking his tongue to a pole and just doing his best with it. So love the Nerdporial. He is now my new internet nemesis. So we are going to go around the horn here and do what we do. And we're going to talk this time about our favorite Christmas movies and specials. And we have an awful lot to choose from. So I'm really excited to see what everybody came up with tonight. I'm going to save off on my stuff because it tends to be a little bit weird. And then I just get the blank stares and everybody logs off and it gets real quiet. So we're not going to do that tonight. Tonight, because he is on a time limit, much like Bigfoot and Elvis, we're going to start with That 70s Rock Fan.
Well, thank you, sir. And I apologize. Apologize for having to leave at a certain point, but
I'm happy you're here.
You mentioned that there were so many, and I sat down earlier today because I still write.
You actually wrote things down?
I write things down. I have a whole book where I write things down. Yeah. No. And I filled the page up with movies, and I went, oh, this is going to be tougher than I thought. And you've got all the classics. You got the musicals. You've got the animated ones. You got the family movies.
There are so many.
The faith-based stuff. You've got every kind of Christmas movie in there and television show. And it was so tough. So I decided I'd make myself, now talking movies, I've done 3 movies and 3 TV shows. I don't know if that's what we were meant to do, but.
Yeah, and the goal is we'll do one and then we'll rotate. We'll do one and then we rotate.
Okay, no worries. So we're starting. Well, obviously we all know that the greatest Christmas show ever was the Star Wars Christmas special. Without a doubt, is the
I am so bringing that up.
Greatest thing ever made. No, so we'll start with movies. You want one of my top 3 movies?
Yeah, go for it. Whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. Well, then I will probably start with, and I don't know if you're able to share screens. I'm going to start with the Nightmare.
I can. Oh,
the Nightmare Before Christmas.
This is exciting.
No, good one.
Yes.
So that's one of my top 3 movies, I'd say. I've gone for some weird stuff, and I decided to exclude Die Hard, even though we all know it really is the greatest Christmas movie ever. I thought it's too obvious, so I'll exclude that. So this is one of my top 3, Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. I just love this animation style, and I love the songs. I think it had a fantastic spirit in it, even though it starts off with not nice stuff with Santa being kidnapped, whatever. Everything ends up nicely. It's just a fun movie with
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's one of my top 3.
I'm a big fan of it for 2 reasons. One, because it can be both a Christmas movie and a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
There's double purpose, dual purpose.
And Danny Elfman's soundtrack is just superb.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is nothing not to like about that soundtrack. It's a favorite around here as well. And I mean, I like the stop motion stuff, Jack Skellington, and I love the horror on Santa's face through a good deal of this movie.
That's right, yeah. And it's, as you say, it's dual purpose. I think, like, maybe you could possibly count Gremlins as a dual purpose Halloween and Christmas movie too. But this one's, yeah, it works for two different holidays, and it's a lovely movie, one I could watch many times and have watched many times.
And John, I know this is one of your favorites as well.
Yeah, this is another one, kind of like he already touched on it. There's like a great debate of, is it a Halloween movie? Is it a Christmas movie? And the answer is yes.
That's correct.
It works
Yes.
for both. It's great. I have a pair of Vans slip-ons that have Nightmare Before Christmas artwork on them. I snagged them at just the right time. I love this movie. I love Tim Burton. I love Danny Elfman. I love everything about it. Yeah.
Nice.
This is, I think, and I may be controversial. This is my favorite Tim Burton movie. You're gonna hate me in a second. I actually don't like his live action films.
No, they're not all great. There are some turds in there, but I do still appreciate his work for the most part.
I'm not a Beetlejuice fan. I think a lot of that has to do with I know. Don't throw things. It's just gonna hit your screen. Ask Gary about that. I was working in the movie theater when Beetlejuice was out, so I saw Beetlejuice, I would say, at least 200 times, not intentionally. And
so you're really excited for the sequel.
That would put anybody off. 200 times for any movie.
It was a lot. It was a lot. But Nightmare Before Christmas, we're gonna pull this back. It's just as I don't hate you as much. This is funny. So Invader Zim, I don't hate you as much as that time you said you didn't like The Fifth Element. To be fair, I like Beetlejuice better than I like The Fifth Element, and I don't like Beetlejuice. So.
Hey, Jay, those are fighting words.
Oh, I know. Yeah, wait. I know it is. That is Jay. Jay the Deep Minded is correct. My good friend John is notorious for not seeing movies.
There's a lot of movies out there that I've seen and that I love. I'm just very selective in which ones I want to spend my time on.
Not The Road Warrior?
Or Star Trek.
Or any Star Trek ever.
No.
It's okay. So RockFan, what is your favorite part about this movie? If you have a favorite part about
this movie, interestingly enough, I would say that the soundtrack possibly is the best part of it. I mean, it's all great. I mean, I love the stop motion claymation type animation, and the different universes he flips through, and you see all the different holidays. But I think the soundtrack is phenomenal. I mean, my kids used to listen to it in the car when they were younger. I'd put the cassette on. Or may have been a CD by then, but they loved it. It just it sticks in your brain, you know. It's clever, it's inventive, it's well presented, and it does have an actually really nice message, a lovely love story, and a really good message at towards the end of, you know. What everybody is, he thinks what he does, Jack Skellington thinks what he does isn't valuable, but it is, and he needs to stop and trying to be something, and he isn't. Let those people do what they do. So it's good, you know.
I really enjoyed when he brought their version of Christmas gifts to the kids.
Oh God, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. The thing is, most kids would go, "This is great."
Yeah.
You know what I'm more curious than anything is at the very beginning of the movie when he goes into the forest and looks around at the trees and there's like the Easter tree and the whatever. It's like, I want to go to St. Patrick's Day land.
For some reason, that door was welded shut.
No one enters.
I have a confession.
It finally arrived.
I have never seen this movie.
What?
I was too busy working when it came out.
Oh my goodness!
But
I don't even know what to do here.
I didn't enjoy Beetlejuice, and I was like, well, it's kind of the same thing. George and the Giant Peach, wasn't a fan. So
yeah, that one wasn't great.
Yeah.
I
guess I was. Yeah, I
I had
like
too
that
much
because
stuff
I
going
was a
on. I had
kid.
moves to make. I was, out there,
Have you seen
Grinding.
Sleepy Hollow though?
You're talking about the one with
Tim Burton. Johnny Depp is in it.
Johnny
Yeah,
Depp,
Johnny
yeah,
Depp,
yeah.
Christina Ricci.
with
Christopher
Christopher
Walken as
Walken?
the
Yeah,
Yes, the headless horseman.
Yes.
headless
Yeah, okay,
horseman.
okay.
People walking.
Yes, yeah. I saw that one. It was all right.
I actually like that one. I do like
That one's good.
That was a good one.
Sleepy Hollow. But so I have to retract my earlier statement about the live action film. So it's
You
fine.
retract that statement, sir.
I can't
But
tend
it
to
was-
agree with you. I think some of his live action films have become a little dated, and were a little bit too stylistic and quirky. But
I mean,
it
I'm
works
sure
in
it
the
was a good
animation.
film, but I just didn't see it.
Yeah, animation seems to last longer with that kind of feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, like Scissorhands. That to me, that's a very dated film, and I didn't dig that either. And I know throw
Oh,
your
I
fruit
still
later.
like that
'cause
one. That
save
movie
it,
has
save
heart.
it. Okay, let's move on to the Nerd Father Miller. What is your movie or special that you would like to discuss right now?
Well, I haven't seen it yet, but on Tuesday I'm going to see Violent Night.
Goodness gracious.
I've not heard many things
trailer-
about that.
The trailer looks good. It's kind of like a Fat Man with Mel Gibson, where Santa is. It's kind of like Nobody in a way.
Oh, that'll be good.
But
Funny, Fat Man was
If you want to go classic, I would say White Christmas. Christmas.
Ah, okay.
I mean, it's just so many. I mean, you got Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Oh, I love that. David Harbour's in it. I love David Harbour
Yeah.
from of course Stranger Things for those who watch Stranger Things.
Or Black
also
Widow.
not a
if you wanna
very
go
good
there with it.
adaptation of Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy. Yeah.
one of my honorable
The trailer
mentions was
looks
Black
really good of
Christmas. Remember Black Christmas?
Oh yeah.
That's some
I
movie.
don't remember that.
Canadian horror movie.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's
Well,
one
you
of my almost.
I remember as a kid, Silent Night, Deadly Night, when that came out, and the
Oh, yeah.
controversy
Oh, no.
it caused. I've not seen it. I don't really care to see it,
Yeah.
but
It's horror movies with Father Miller. Everyone, have a happy Christmas.
well,
Horror
I'll
Christmas
throw
movies
in-
seem to be
I'll
like a
throw in
subgenre
one.
of its own.
I don't think it's exactly considered to be a Christmas movie. But I would say Bing Crosby's Going My Way, because it does end with a Christmas scene, and I mean, it did win Best Picture in '48 or '46. I don't remember.
What was the original movie that the song White Christmas was in? Was it Holiday?
Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn,
Holiday
which
Inn.
is
That's it. Yeah.
a very
Which is also a
similar
good one.
movie to White Christmas. They're I don't want to say they're identical, but they have very similar themes.
One
I
has
prefer
Danny
White
Kaye,
Christmas
the other
myself.
has Fred Astaire.
Yeah.
I like Danny Kaye. I like the banter between Danny Kaye and Bing Crosby in White Christmas.
Crosby.
That's what made that movie to me. I think that's oops, I hit the wrong thing because I always do that. That would be Mrs. Christmas. Mrs. of the Empire's favorite Christmas movie is White Christmas as well.
This is Christmas Empire
It's not. I don't even know what it means now.
This is Christmas of the Empire.
of the Empire. Yes.
Oh God, and that's when the divorce happened.
Yeah. The father mentioned Fat Man, which was also an honorable mention for me. That one was close to the top three, and especially it's got the great Walton Goggins in it.
Oh, is he in it as well? So I knew Mel Gibson was in it.
Yeah, Walton Goggins is his antagonist. He's brilliant.
I know, let's pull
I mean,
up
there's
Fat
something about the plot of it. It just seems like it's. I don't know how to explain it, but it seems like a Fat Man of Nobody. It just seems like it's going to be fun.
Yeah, there's this sort of weird CIA thing going on, and they're
Kinda like a John
manufacturing
Wick.
weapons.
John Wick meets Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, oh
okay.
yeah. It's
Oh,
tis the
there's Walton Goggins in the back there.
yeah the tagline, "'Tis the season to get even."
Season's beatings, everyone.
Yeah,
It's
I
a great
I like Walton Goggins. He's
Oh,
a
he's
good
great.
actor.
Yeah.
He was brilliant in Justified. That's one of my favorite series of all
well
time.
now, Ava. Well now.
Yes. He was just so good. So this looks interesting. I wonder if I can. Oh dear.
I think it did say rated R, so
Old people
it
in
is rated
technology,
R.
Man, I tell
It
you.
is. Yeah.
There are things I
Old
never
people
need to
in
see.
technology.
Mel Gibson
Well, the basic
with no shirt on is
plot
one of those
is-
things.
Yeah, those who haven't seen it, the basic plot is a spoilt rich kid hires Walton Goggins to kill Santa because he didn't get the presents he wanted,
Damn.
or something like
No,
that.
he got a lump of coal. That's the thing.
That's it, yeah. But yeah, there's a weird CIA subplot going on where the elves are manufacturing weapons for 11 months of the year.
I mean, they got to make a living somehow the other 11 months of the
That's
year.
right,
So
yeah.
Oh, there they
Isn't that
are.
also
Look
similar
at them
to
all.
like
That,
the beginning of
prison labor.
Scrooged when they're showing that promo? The elves are all like making weapons and stuff, and maybe
Yeah.
thinking something
oh, with
else.
the Lee Majors.
Yeah.
Lee Majors, that's right. Yeah.
Lee Majors, the fall guy.
It's a neat movie. It's a good movie.
Well, that's a weird choice. I'm not going to say it's not.
It could have been in my top
I haven't
10.
seen it, so I can't.
seen it.
Oh, it's worth watching. You got to. It's fun. It's a lot
It
of fun.
is.
Well, I need to introduce some new movies to the family of the Empire this season, because we're going to talk about a lot of Christmas movies, but you do tend to watch the same things year after year, and that's why when something new comes out, it's pretty exciting. I mean, if it's good, they churn these things out. The Christmas rom-coms and all the other
Hallmark makes a killing during this time of year.
I honestly feel like it's pretty rare that a new Christmas movie comes out that becomes a must-watch every year classic.
Right.
That's
Right.
exact. That's
Almost
very
never.
accurate.
It's tough to
The
do
problem
that.
was in the 80s, it was always A Wonderful Life. It was always on. It was like 24/7. Now it's a Christmas Carol or Christmas Story, and it just gets overrun to the point where it gets to. I never cared for Home Alone, but it just airs so much that you don't care for it anymore.
Yeah, I could live my life without ever seeing any of those movies again.
So we have Flaccid Phoenix out there with us as well. Welcome to the show, Flaccid Phoenix, one of the great voices of the interwebs, and also just really, really strange. And I like that. I'm a man of the strange. Speaking of strange, so these are I'm excited about this as a Christmas choice. I don't know how excited Mrs. the M Dyer is going to be, but that's okay. That's okay. There's a lot of days in the Christmas season, so she has a lot of time to forgive me after this. So
Well, Christmas begins on November 1st now, so.
Nope.
Yeah,
Let me guess.
The sad thing is you're not wrong.
Let me guess. You're the type that would go back to playing secular music on the 26th then.
Oh no, I keep it going until like March.
It just can't be bothered to change the playlist.
You gotta get to Advent first.
Can't be bothered to change the playlist, so just leave it.
Mrs. of the Empire waits until the beginning of Advent. She's like, all right, it's the first Sunday of Advent. We can play the Christmas music now. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'm like, okay, because I'll push that off as long as I can. It's not that I don't like Christmas music. I do like Christmas music, but
wait,
after
isn't
a certain
Advent only
amount-
12 days?
No. It's 4
No,
I
weeks.
should know this.
No.
Advent wreath, 4 candles.
Yeah, you light a candle every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Advent calendar with the little chocolate behind the door.
I know the
I
calendar.
thought
the
that
whiskey
was
calendar
just
if
a
you're
way
in
to
the
eat
House of the
chocolate.
Or the whiskey calendar.
It's about as
That
Catholic
would
as
be
I get
nice,
is
a whiskey
the Advent calendar.
Oh, all
They
right.
actually
Well,
have sorry. They actually
No,
have a
no,
Die Hard calendar.
Yeah.
There's
Is
Hans
it the
Gruber
one with the
falling.
Nakatomi Tower? Yes.
Oh, man.
awesome.
That Christmas ornament when it's like this and you
Let me
can
see if
see
I can
Bruce
find
Willis
it.
inside it. That's the best.
Oh
that
yeah, the
ornament.
little cross-based ones.
Oh, this will get you banned, Zim. This will get you banned.
Oh no!
They have dubbed Mariah
No,
Carey
no,
the Queen of Christmas. She's made like millions of dollars just off of that one song.
Yeah, I know.
I
a
gotta admit,
desecration.
actually, like when I play out and I do my gigs where I'm playing cover songs and stuff, I'm torn between like if I learn that song, people are either gonna love it or they're gonna want to murder me.
Possibly.
I don't know
both.
which.
I would say it's
But if they put money in the tip jar, like
Flaccid. Flaccid, I'm sorry, I don't have the fan during the winter months. I'm going to be getting a warmer here pretty soon. I ordered
Thank
it earlier in the day when I came out here, and I was like, oh dear, I have an innie now. So
A willy warmer. You're getting a willy warmer.
Not good. Yeah, it's under the desk. Everybody's happy. So
Oh, you're fired.
moving on to and I'm sorry, everyone. There's not a
Another
meme of
sip
that
of
yet,
my
but I'm
beer.
sure there will be.
Oh God, I love the drinking glass, sir.
Oh yeah, John. I'm gonna highlight you so you can show off your drinkware.
What is?
John has the classic Christmas Vacation moose mug from.
I thought it was
what
a
the name of the
gravy
moose?
boat for
Actually,
a second.
specifically for tonight, I got the Bark Griswold White
Oh,
Chocolate Peppermint Bark Stout.
very
Wow.
nice. That sounds hearty. I'm drinking tea and hating myself with every sip.
Where did you
So-
buy
Hot
that?
water.
Just
Where'd you
found
buy
it
that
at a
at? Wally
local
World?
liquor store right here around the corner. It's like,
No,
oh,
your
Bark
Wally World
Griswold. I
mug.
have to buy this. I actually think Brewery X, I think they are based out of Mexico. So we'll see if I get sick tomorrow.
Well, Donde está, senor? All right.
Oh, wait.
So
no,
actually,
hold on.
oh,
Anaheim, California. I was wrong. I was way off.
Same thing.
She's looking
We're
at
good.
it, he's a connoisseur, like, what's
I just wanted to know where it
came.
came from.
All right.
Came from basically the land
So,
of Disneyland.
what did Thad just post? Like something super long here. What do we have here? Great Christmas albums. Oh, Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. I'm not a fan. It's me. It's not you. It's me. John Denver and the Muppets. I actually just bought that record. It's a candy cane record. It's awesome looking. Bing Crosby, Little
Well,
Drummer
if we're
Boy with
talking
David Bowie.
Christmas
I love that.
records,
Oh, I know. I have a whole stack in the. Actually, I was lurking in your Discogs collection, John, and you have a lot of Christmas albums.
I haven't even finished uploading all my collection. I still got one more shelf to go.
I know that too. So, in between sips, let's John, the creative blue collar guy. What is your Christmas pick
Well,
this round?
I have a few that either a lot of people are going to choose or they're going to hate. But then also when we got on the topic of sort of like weird, dark Christmas / horror movies, it sparked something else in my brain I thought could be interesting.
Oh dear.
Has anyone in the panel or in the chat here watched the movie Krampus?
I've seen it. Yeah,
I have.
I've seen it.
I know of it, but I never
heard
watched
of
it
it.
because I don't do like hardcore horror stuff. So I was just like, nah.
I prefer the
Is
So
that
for me, I
the
think it's
2015, John, or the 2013?
I don't remember which year it came out. There was
actually
like
an awful
a
lot of these movies. I didn't realize how many
there
of
was
them
there
are.
was a sequel that came out at one point that didn't have any of the original cast. So the one I'm thinking of has what's the guy's name? Like David something. It was the guy that was in Anchorman, wore the big cowboy hat.
Oh yeah.
I should have been.
I
That's
don't
the
know
one.
if I pulled. No, this is the right one. Yeah, I've got the right one because that's him.
Yeah,
taking
that's
the
it.
pictures down there. I get
So,
pinged
like
on
I
these
said, I
everything.
have a handful of movies that I could say like it's not Christmas until I watch, but we'll probably get to those or other people will name them off. But this one is one that it's slightly horror, but I also think it's maybe a little bit comical, or at least maybe I think it's funny. Maybe it's not meant to be funny. I don't know. But if you're not aware,
Goodness gracious.
in the German folklore, there is sort of an anti-Santa called Krampus, and it actually has its own separate night that is not Christmas night called Krampusnacht or Krampus night, where instead of getting coal on their stockings, this like anti-Santa literally actually comes and like punishes the bad children. So I think the concept is actually kind of funny. I don't think the movie is meant to be funny, but I get a laugh out of it.
Bot
I
in
like
the
her
chat.
sweater.
Bot in the
Oh,
chat.
ah!
Oh, we got bots.
Porn bots! Porn
Woo!
bots!
Go on.
Have a Merry
Oh,
Christmas,
die,
everybody.
porn bots, die!
Oh,
I
they
pity the
just keep popping up.
16% that haven't found love with them.
All right. I hope I didn't accidentally block anybody else by mistake. If I did, let me know in Twitter. I'm really sorry about that. It was entirely unintentional.
I
That's
think that
what you
was
say.
bad. I think
That's
you
what you
blocked
say.
bad.
Oh no, did I? Oh
I
no,
think
how do I
so.
unblock him?
Oh, hold on.
How do I bring
How
him
do we
back?
unblock people?
I'm
Oh,
not
no.
a mod, so I can't help you.
I don't know how to unblock people. You're on your own there, Roman.
I think you got.
Hey, what's up, Devin?
If you mod me, I can figure it out. Or Zach's maybe can figure it
All
out.
right, I'm gonna mod you. Oh yeah, Zach's is there. Oh God,
else.
I'm sorry, Matt. Matt's that was.
We've got both of
Wait,
our
I think I
favorite
can do it here.
comedians in the
I can do
chat
it in
now.
this thing.
Oh, Zach's got him. Zach's got him.
Did you undo him? Sorry. That's the fun of the live stream, folks. Good job. I know, Zim. I know. I'm sorry.
At least I saw it. I was looking over and I was just like, oh, we got it blocked.
Oh no.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Zach.
Every time,
but yes, this is one. It's got Adam Scott, David Koechner.
Oh, I like
other
Adam
people.
Scott.
I don't know, but it's just kind of it's an interesting story. Again, I mean, it's like very loosely based on the actual folklore from the German tales, but it's like a half goat, half man anti-Santa that punishes people, and I think it's just a good old fashioned family fun movie to watch on Christmas.
Right. Father Miller, what did you add in down here? What do we have?
Oh, that's the Hans Gruber Advent calendar.
That's
nice.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's great. I'll see that also makes a lovely gift, kids.
But I was going to say the Krampus I'm familiar with is from American Dad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they did an American Dad episode.
Oh yeah,
I love American Dad. I love Roger the alien,
where Stan's dad becomes Krampus.
Oh, see now, I'm sorry that Krampus may be coming. Yes,
You're fired.
This is what happens when you have an ancient man running a show. Sometimes things go awry.
You didn't need to do more stretching, and you won't get so much Krampus.
I didn't.
I mean, I got the loser clip in here with my face on it, but I feel like I should play it for you just because you're kind of the loser now.
What is it, John?
The loser clip, but it has my face on it for the movies that I haven't seen.
That's yes.
Once you watch The Prestige, and yeah.
All right, Michael Caine's in it, and you never told me that.
I have told you that many times. You just can't remember anything.
Prestige is a great movie.
See, I don't watch that because he doesn't watch The Road Warrior. I just can't believe you haven't seen The Road Warrior. I still have a hard time understanding that. Anyway, moving past the cramps, we will jump over to Blair de Blair. What Christmas movie or special would you like to talk about?
I like the Peanuts Christmas special.
Oh,
yes.
I understand that someone, I don't know who bought that, but it's going to be on Christmas this year, but this is the last year. It's like on regular network. Yep, I have that. Is yours, what color is your album, John? Is it black or green?
It's probably black because mine's, I think, older. So it's like before they did any special pressings.
They used to show it on CBS. It was in the 60s, but they played every year in the 70s and in the 80s too. And I just liked it because it was like very trippy, all that jazz music and
I love
no adults.
The trio is amazing.
There are no adults, kids. There's having these kind of conversations. It's all kind of like low key, and I really like that.
It took me a second to find it because it's not a Charlie. No, it is a Charlie Brown, Chris. You know what? IMDb. I don't need it.
You are so fired.
Oh God. There we are. So it's the Charlie Brown Christmas, and like I said, it's on network. This will be the last time because it may have been Apple. It's one of those stupid. Thank you, Thad. John, this is directed at you.
That's fine. I got more back up here. I feel like they've tried to do this in
traitor.
I feel like they've tried to do this in previous years where they say, "Oh, we're not going to show it on network TV anymore." And honestly, it's like, who has cable and network TV anymore? Anyways,
I don't know who has network.
But because I also don't have Apple TV, this is one where I just own the DVDs of The Great Pumpkin, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever. But this is definitely one that when I go out to Idaho to visit my parents for Christmas, I'll be watching this one with my parents. My mom always grew up watching these specials, so that's always like that's got to be a family thing.
Well, this one is also really nice because you get the whole Linus thing at the end. where he's actually talking about, why do we do this?
Isn't there anyone who can tell me what Christmas is all about?
Some guy born.
I can tell you, Charlie Brown.
And you would never get that in a special today.
Well,
it would be
that's
impossible.
what's so amazing that they do still continue to show it, and that of all streaming services, Apple TV took it over without editing it, or without cutting that out. Like,
yeah,
because it's already like without commercials, it's like 20 minutes anyways. You cut that out, and then you get like a 15-minute special. Like,
I'm sure they'll figure out how to mess with it eventually.
They'll like overdub what he's saying with some new woke nonsense.
They'll change. So that redhead, they'll change into not be a redhead anymore. We all know the ginger side that's going on.
Oh no, yeah, gingers are in trouble out there.
In the ginger side.
There we go.
Krampus appearing to provide an answer. Oh, that's not the Charlie Brown you grew up with, kids.
Snoopy looks problematic in that picture too.
Right.
He's got some kind of thing going on. I don't know what's that. There he goes.
He was dancing, and then they gave him the dirty looks.
Yeah.
I think she tried to kiss him or something. I forget that scene. And he goes,
No, he licks her, and she's like, I've got dog germs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the Charlie Brown Christmas tree is one of the great iconic things. Future Lives Matter. Yes, Cajun.
That's right, Cajun.
We actually
they put like one ornament on it and like flipped it over or something.
Mm-hmm.
I killed it.
Just needed some tender loving care.
And then it looks like a real tree. It goes through some strange
right, yeah. It's like they dressed it up with ornaments and his blue blanket, and all of a sudden it multiplied the needles
it's
all
alive!
over the tree as well. It was a Christmas miracle.
Yeah,
it was a Christmas miracle.
No, it's just a zombie tree. It lives.
See,
that's my favorite.
That's one of the old ones that has some legs, as far as its staying power. Unlike the Star Wars Christmas special.
Which is really funny because Disneyland and Disney World sell Life Day merch. And most people probably don't even know what this is.
Oh my gosh!
Well, it would have more legs if they aired it every year, but they never did.
Oh, George Lucas said that he wants that dropped into like the depths of the deepest ocean.
He wants that thing Warner Brothers, never to be seen. All prints burned. Every VHS.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Erased.
Put it right next to the Ark of the Covenant. Do not open.
like for real, if you didn't see it when it first came out in like 79 or 80 or whatever it was, you didn't see it again for like 35 years.
You have to find like a really bad bootleg copy on YouTube.
Yep. They used to sell them at Star Wars convention, sci-fi convention, I heard.
Oh, did they?
Bootlegs of it. That's the only way you could get it back in the day was...
It would be a great use for time travel in a plot, to invent time travel to go back and stop it from being shown in the first place.
Well,
Maybe
that's what Indy should have done. He should have, helped out George and stopped the abomination.
You can actually enjoy it now by watching the Mystery Science Theater 3000 commentary for it. They actually did it. Retrax did it.
Oh yeah,
it's got to be better. It's got to be better than the actual airing of it.
I would argue
since Indy 5 has time travel in it, maybe that's what they're going to do.
I would argue that original Star Wars special, Christmas special, is better than like the last 3 Star Wars movies.
Yes, I would actually think that if Kathleen Kennedy's idea for Indy 5 in that case would be that him and Fleabag go back into the past to make the Star Wars Christmas special and show it. Not to stop it, to make it.
Right. That's so messed up that she's just going to be called Fleabag for the rest of her life now.
I can't think of any other name for her.
No, that's a perfect name for her.
No, that is, yes. So what do they call you? Fleabag?
Douchebag. I mean, Fleabag.
I couldn't hear that. Man. From Charlie Brown Christmas to Fleabag, that's why you're here, folks. So, Mando, what do you have for your Christmas show or special that you want to talk about?
So, I haven't actually watched this movie since I was a kid, but it used to come on TV all the time on like TV Land. It is A Christmas Carol, 1984. I watched that when I was a kid. It used to scare the living daylights out of me, but I still love it to this day, and I never see it around
the George
anymore.
C. Scott version, eh?
Yeah.
1984. I don't think I've seen that one.
Neither have I. Patton as
I like the old Alistair Sim one from many years ago.
That was
we're getting a
84.
preview
I
for
thought
something
that was
not a Christmas
earlier
Carol.
than that.
Yeah. I remember the first time I ever saw that, and I was like, what is this? And then, because like when I walked in as my grandma was watching it, and it was on the Ghost of Christmas Past, like that scene is what I walked in on when I was a kid, and I was like, what is it? But it's still one of my favorites to this day, and I can't find it anywhere.
No, I've not seen this version. I do love George C. Scott.
Yeah,
he is never not good. He's just one of those actors.
No one rocks the mutton chops like that. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, right. Really.
That's a scary looking thing.
That came out in 84.
Wow.
That's got to be Marley.
Yeah, that's Marley. Yeah.
I don't know. He looks like he's from the Star Wars Christmas special to me.
Just waiting for Ruth Buzzy to pop out.
I've never found anyone who's seen this. I don't we used to watch it a lot, like at least once a year when I was a kid, because it would just come on. Like I forget which network. I think it was TV Land or something. It used to come on, and it was just one of those things that like it makes you think it's like a horror film until you realize, it's based off a Christmas Carol. Okay.
Yeah, because I love the Christmas Carol story and the movies and stuff, but I've never seen this one.
I remember
those weird kids. Are those kids from The Shining? Who are these children? Why are they on Batman's road?
They're ignorance.
I have problems here.
Else.
Yeah, it's ignorance and greed.
Oh, it's creepy.
They
oh wow,
around.
that's really creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys,
now imagine like a 9-year-old little girl walking into a living room and seeing those.
Yeah, it looks like 70s rockers got to take off.
Folks.
Time, my friend. All right.
I'm really sorry, guys. But thank you for having me.
We had you on at all.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to miss the rest.
I'm going to make a cast of your foot so I can save that for memorabilia.
I'll be back. But yeah, it's funny because one of my favorites was mentioned on Twitter earlier when we were all talking, and it's the Blackadder reverse Christmas story, the Blackadder Christmas special, where he goes from being really, really nice to really nasty. That was going to be my absolute favorite, but I'm sure you guys will be talking about that later. But thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of the show. And I will be back. I will return.
Well, thank you. Guys. Hey, RockFan, anything you want to plug before you jet out?
Next show of mine is Saturday night, Bourbon and Boarding, 10 p.m. Mountain Time, where I talk. Me and Brahma Bull sit and drink bourbon and whiskey and show clips of grown men on the ice beating each other up.
That sounds like that kind of show.
Bourbon and Boarding. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the few hockey shows out there on our corner of YouTube. So, but yeah, Saturday night, 10 p.m. Mountain Time. So thank you very much.
All right, RockFan, thank you for being with us tonight.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your night. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Have a good one.
All right. Marilla says that Christmas Carol is streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, just look that up.
Oh, that version is. Okay, cool.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
I need to watch
Roman and everyone else here, this might actually shock you, but I actually have read this a few times over.
Wait.
Christmas Carol.
Wait.
But you know what the worst part of all is? I never learned to read.
So it's actually I have one of those like like the Barnes and Noble when they do the hardcover like fake leather whatever, it's that, and it's like A Christmas Carol and other Dickens stories and stuff, and obviously I only ever read A Christmas Carol because it's only like 30 pages long, so it's perfect size for me. But yes, I have read the Christmas Carol story many times over. I try to read it every year. Right now I'm really behind on it.
even as a kid, I always thought Scrooge was based when the people were asking him for charity, and he's like, what is the government not, I paid my taxes, or
Yes.
the poorhouse is closed. And I was like, yeah, he's kind of got a point.
There we go. Okay.
Well, moving stuff around.
I did. I know how to do that now. I'm not good at it, clearly.
Wow.
There's another movie, and I'm just going to throw it out there real quick,
too,
and then we can jump in the shield wall. Called The Man Who Invented Christmas, and it's a kind of lighthearted take on. It's about Charles Dickens writing a Christmas story, and it's not heavy. It's actually very funny and enjoyable to watch. The old fellow from Something Wicked This Way Comes, Mr. Dark, the actor whose name I'm not remembering, plays his father. He's kind of a grifter and shady dude.
It's because you're old.
Yes, I am. But it's a really enjoyable film. So if you haven't seen that, I know a lot of people haven't, check that out. So Shieldwall, what do you have for us, sir?
Okay, so I don't really, I have a lot of these movies that have already been mentioned, and I watched them when I was a kid, but I really don't watch a lot of them. But what I do watch a lot of throughout the year, and especially over the holidays, is those Hallmark shows. I'm a sucker for them, and especially all the military ones where she meets the guy that's deployed, and he comes back and he rents her room, and then they fall in love, but then he's got to deploy overseas and stuff. Those hit closer to me, just because of my past history or whatever. But some of them are pretty good. Some of them are not so good. I watch them all anyway.
Roman's about to have an aneurysm.
I'm so alive. That's yeah. Ooh. Wow. That was unexpected. Surely you must have. Is there anything out there, Shieldwall?
Well, just there's a Holiday for Heroes.
Just go all William Shatner on us.
Yeah.
Holiday for Heroes?
Yeah, it's one of the ones that is pretty good. There's also a movie they did. It's like Operation Christmas Drop or something. It wasn't very good of a movie, but the story is good because it's real. They would fly from bases in the Pacific out to the very remote islands that were they were Christians, celebrated Christmas and stuff, but they were like the island that the people from the Mutiny on the Bounty set up.
Peregrine Island or
yeah, right. They'd fly there and bring them Christmas presents and food and stuff. So yeah,
this is a pretty new movie. This is
it is, and we because of where they came from, we would we'd support those operations and stuff.
Oh, really?
Sometimes, yeah. Cool. Tangentially, like they need parts or something, we'd send it to them. But yeah, see, that's J Model 130 there. So they got some of the stuff right. It's just like
they never get all the military stuff right because
they got some of it right. Like the uniforms are mostly correct, and they're using like real facilities, hangars look like that and stuff. It's just the stories are,
Wait, who's that guy?
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, Chief. Yep, that's the Chief.
That's Chief.
Yep.
I know that guy.
And not to get too off topic, but the maintenance scenes that they had in Battlestar Galactica where the crew Starbuck wanted to launch and they kept having to change that part. I was like, wow, that's pretty realistic. When she's getting all upset because it kept failing and they had to keep trying to fix the fighter real quick. Anyways, so that's my pick. And if we go back around, I got a couple of more old standby ones, the old stop motion stuff from the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love those.
Those still hold up. They're still good. But yeah, these ones mean a lot to me just because of I've been there, I've lived it. You're deployed somewhere or whatever, away from your family, living in a tent and working over Christmas. I can't tell you how many 4th of July's, Christmas, Thanksgivings, other holidays I just been working at night in the cold or whatever. So
wait, you had a tent? No,
yeah.
They just gave Roman a sleeping bag and said, "Go have at it."
No, we were in the middle of the Gulf. There's nothing like spending the Christmas in the Persian Gulf. It's exciting. You get a great meal, and the thing about helicopter squadrons is, unless there's something, no kidding going on, the rest of the air wing and the ship really aren't working. But the helicopter detachment has to fly the chaplain from ship to ship to ship. They call it the Holy Helo, so that he can do his bit. So we're always working, and then especially on the holidays, because
our priest was in the guard.
Chaplain's got to do chaplain stuff. Yeah,
our priest was in the guard. He did like 10 masses in one day.
Yeah, it was that was a big part of you'd be deployed. That was a huge thing, having the chaplains come around, and every function, every time you had a big like dining in or whatever, it always started with the prayer. So you always had to have a chaplain around. Just real quick, one of my favorite memories of all time of doing those things is sometimes, you'd play the national anthem in the beginning of it. And sometimes it was like a tape recorder or something. And one time it failed and everyone's like, what do we do? And our chaplain started singing the national anthem, just a cappella, and everybody joined in, and everybody knew the word, because we're all in the service and whatever, but it was stunning, like how great that was, just that moment. So yeah, they really bring a lot to the table, for counseling, all kinds of different things, making sure that the men and women are fed and got the gear they need, all that kind of stuff. And you'd be surprised what a chaplain can accomplish when there's not a lot going, there's no resources. They can walk in and say, I need this, and people make it happen. Like
they're outside of the normal, the normal chain, as they would say.
Yeah, you almost can't tell them no.
Not to get too off topic, but are you familiar with Father Mel Kaplan? He's a priest that's up for sainthood right now. They discovered his body. He died in a North Korean prison of war camp.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And I got to go to his funeral last year, and
it's off topic. I do remember that.
I'll talk about it later. Tomorrow. I'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah. I did some reports on chaplains that, because I had to do this thing on Medal of Honor for my senior NCO Academy stuff, and I did a couple of reports on chaplains that won it. So yeah, they lots of heroism out there, and then not carrying a weapon or anything. But anyway, that's my connection to that whole thing. So
that's a good one, actually. See, you went from Hallmark to you brought us back around. You brought us back around. I'm feeling pretty good about it now. I was a little worried. Didn't know it was going to happen.
The aneurysm was close. It was impending.
Everything's okay.
Why you got to be so judgmental?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with romance. It's still alive in the world.
And that's it for Shieldwall of Dragons.
And good night, everybody.
Okay, good.
On that note, I'm going to have to get going soon, but I just wanted to throw out one more TV show, please. Twilight Zone with Art Carney as Santa.
Oh, that's actually one of the best. If you haven't seen that Twilight Zone, he's a drunk.
Great episode.
And he gets to play Santa and then finds a sleigh or the bag, and then things happen. It's actually an incredibly touching episode.
It is.
That's one where you will get the tears by the end of that episode. It's spectacular. My son, young Jake of the Empire, actually bought that a couple years ago because he was so moved by it. So yeah, that's an excellent choice. So if you haven't seen that, go find that Twilight Zone episode.
It's worth it.
Ernie as Santa, and I forget the name of it. I will actually look it up.
Night of the Meek, I think.
Night of the Meek. That's yes, that is it.
So, well, with that, I got to run. So, thank you for having me.
Goodbye, Father Milton.
And we'll see everybody again soon.
All right.
All right, Father. Thank you for being with us tonight. Really, really appreciate it.
Okay.
Merry Christmas and have a good night.
You too. Sounds good. Later.
Christmas. Cheers.
All right.
I'm on the
Let
top
the
row.
Krampus out. No, I don't. Joke. And just like that, it became very, very dark. Wait, what happened? What did you do?
Yeah!
I have the power.
This is why, kids. This is why I drink. It's because of things like this. All right, so I'm gonna talk real fast about. It's a new one, and it's a new one that I keep harping on because I want people to see it because it actually is really good. And that thing is the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. It's awesome. It's so good.
Yes.
James Gunn did a spectacular job with this. It's Christmas. The Guardians own Nowhere now, if you're familiar with the film. It's the big skull-looking thing that's floating in space. It's actually, like a giant space station.
Nowhere.
And Peter's a little bit down because it's Christmas. Kraglin tells a story of how Yondu ruined Christmas for them when they were all young. Pete was all excited. They made a tree, and Kraglin's like, "No one gives presents to a Ravager. We have to earn what we get." And he smashes the tree, and it's pretty depressing. So Drax and Mantis decide they want to do something for Peter, and Drax is like, "Let's get him Kevin Bacon." So they go to Earth and they find Kevin Bacon, and it's a funny story.
And
Kevin Bacon is great.
Drax wanted to steal his little funny man decoration from the front lawn.
It's like it's an elf, and Drax is
he wanted his little funny man.
And it's a very enjoyable episode.
Yeah, how'd you feel about Swole Groot?
I was a little freaked out by Swole Groot. Let's check out Groot.
Was it really Vin Diesel in the costume?
Name?
Wow.
So Groot
that what
looks
people
like he's
call
been
him?
working out. It's just very strange. Yeah, he's buff as all hell.
It's actually Vin Diesel in the costume now.
I don't know, getting a lot of fertilizer or what, but it was weird. He was very big. And you get Cosmo, the Russian dog.
Oh.
She talks. I love it. She delivers one of the best lines in all of.
So good.
You've probably seen it. I guess all actors are complete pieces of shit. And it's just hilarious. And it's a good time. Like I said, it's got a lot of heart to it, and it's funny as well. The music, by and large, is very good. There's a little bit too much Kevin Bacon, but that's fine. That's my only complaint. That's a real minor.
You didn't like that closing number with Kevin Bacon playing guitar and singing?
I didn't. Well, I remember he is a musician. The Bacon Brothers. He has a band. I did like the music by the old 97s, though. I thought that song was hilarious. And my family is now sick of that song, by the way, old 97s, because we play it that much. I'm plugging you on Spotify. But I mean, like I said, it's on Disney Plus, and Disney Plus is a piece of garbage network. They don't do good things generally. But
you want to talk about Willow?
But
oh no.
No, the preach is gone.
This is why I'm here, folks.
There's an entire other video on that subject. Go check it out.
That fucking Warwick Davis channeling his fucking Mark Hamill's performance in the Last Jedi to Willow. Why? It's so horrible. And everything about
about
it.
To have a stroke, guys. He's about to stroke.
The writing is bad. Remember Eric from the first movie? He was Mad Mardigan's like warrior buddy. He's like an actual warrior. So he names his son after him. And his son's like this little foppy dude who, looks like he could be in a gender neutral fucking clothing catalog. I hate it. There's nothing about this I liked. You should cancel Disney Plus after you watch the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special because of Willow.
And that's all I have to say about that.
So
the lady crying.
All of those fake leftist tears.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. But Guardians of the Galaxy, conversely, is really good.
It's the big one. I'm coming.
I'm glad you guys did. I did that to one of my coworkers, and they're just like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Ah."
Oh Lord, yeah, it's oh God, oh, everything's still here. Okay, so I think
now that Father Miller is gone,
thank you, John. Now just a bumbling,
Roman is off his leash now. Just getting warmed up.
Fuck. All right, so
do you have to do Zoom calls with Father Miller to go to confession, or do you?
I probably should after you did that to me. I'm gonna throw you under the bus when you say, you know, Roman, that's not his fault. Your response to him is and I know. So Bando, we'll go back to you. I think if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
You'll have to forgive me.
We've changed the order around quite a bit.
Moved around.
Yeah, we're gonna
we're next to me now, so it's.
I mean, I'm the one who did the 1984 Christmas Carol one. So, do you want another one?
Oh, yeah, we have an hour. We still have an hour. If we go the full hour, cool. If Santa pulls the plug and Father Miller shuts me down for the 17 Fs, that's okay too.
A
keep
little
it under 17.
A little more wholesome.
My pulse is actually up. I think I may have a heart attack. It's fine. If I fall, just call the ambulance.
Do you have clean underwear on?
Okay. You're implying that I'm wearing underwear at all.
Oh God.
Part of the no pants gang. That's what's
I got
happening
a
now.
down there.
That was my grandmother was always make sure you wear clean underwear in case you get in an accident.
In case you're in an accident.
Yeah.
So you shit yourself a clean pair of underwear. All right. Whatever.
It's gonna do you a lot of good.
Not so good. Not so good. Oh God. Anyway, so Mando, what God damn it.
So this is what happens when
Today is my 111th birthday.
you're old.
I'm old. All right, Mando, before I wander off and pee in the corner, what do you have next? Anything's possible.
At least
folks.
you're in the garage.
I'll try reel it in.
Blame it on the dog. We don't have a dog anymore.
Just throw down some Speedy Dry. You'll be fine.
If you have a cat, just put some cat litter in
No, it just this is the Empire. Just like you peed in the garage again, didn't you? And I'll be like,
again.
I'm like, it was the stream went long, sweetie. I told you just get a bucket.
It kills me that Roman does. It's like he married Marge.
That's how I hear.
To which he'll also say that she says, "I don't sound like that," and then he says, "She does."
I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. I know.
Especially when it's cold in the garage.
Oh, that's true. It's not.
I was in the pool.
You need to be wearing like long johns or something.
I was cold. That's why we have to get. We're getting
I was in the pool.
We're getting the ball warmer. We had the ball fan in the summer. We're getting the ball warmer. For winter. Everybody wins with the ball warmer.
I can do it. I swear I can do it. I can hold it. I can. Okay. So the one I was gonna say is when I was little, every year I don't know if you guys ever bought this for your kids. Like it was like a little box of a 3 VHS set that had Little Drummer Boy, Frosty the Snowman, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Didn't that have that one about the donkey with the birth defect ears? Or was that Little Drummer Boy? That's Little Drummer Boy.
That was the Little Drummer Boy. Yeah. Okay. That one, my grandma got me that when I was really little, and I wore those VHS tapes out.
Those are some of my favorites too.
1968. Yep, we got it.
Yep, those are the ones. They hold up.
Yes, they do.
This one. Oh fuck! There's a fucking Navy ad up in front of it. Sorry, everyone. There we go.
Yes.
Yep, there it is.
Father Miller leaves and everything just goes off the rails.
Look, I had to hold all that in for the first time. So I got Shieldwall going off with Hallmark. I don't know what's happening. I get really confused. I want to say things and I can't say them. So
look, Father Miller, if you've tuned back in and you're watching right now, I apologize for Roman.
Got Jose Ferrar as a voice.
Are there any pictures?
What? There should be pictures.
There should be. I don't want to play the trailer because then I'll definitely get a hit. But
here are your photos. 40 of them.
It's the photos.
They're all covers of the.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Guy.
Yep.
And the Rankin Bass stuff is just killer. And these are the same people that gave you the Rankin Bass Hobbit, back when we were kids. And which is still, that was my introduction to J.R.R.
When you were
Tolkien.
a kid.
Look at that camel.
I know, right?
He looks pissed.
It's awesome.
I'm gonna go crap in this manger. Please don't tell anybody. And you got a dancing weirdo sheep, but it's all right. Though. It's fine. It's fine.
It's Christmas.
What didn't this have? What was the donkey's name? Namor,
I think.
It was definitely an N. Chad, if you know the name of the donkey, let me know, please. Let it out. Yes, I know. I can't do that when the priest is on, though. I feel bad. Nestor the donkey.
Oh, there it is.
Sorry, it took a minute. It takes a while to work its way around in there, kids, because it's dusty.
Yeah, so Invaders Zim, when Roman did his Spotify 2022 Wrapped, it was a bunch of just cavemen smacking rocks together to make music.
That's not funny. That's not funny at all.
It's hilarious.
It's a little funny. Joseph, Mary, the baby Jesus who's glowing here, which is cool.
Were you there?
Were you one of those?
I don't know if you can see me. I am.
Were you one of the wise men?
The guy I'm sitting next to, his name was Larry, and Larry he must have had some kind of fiber diet, because it wasn't cool. The desert doesn't smell good anyway, and you're trying to admire the baby Jesus.
That they're bringing frankincense, gold, and myrrh, and he's like, "Man, in here I thought there was a $20 cap on the gifts."
$20 cap on the gifts.
Bottle of Aquavelva.
And someone brings that gold urn and throws the whole thing off.
He's like,
I
"Man,
killed this
there was a cap
for you." And anyway, so there was what were the other ones in that? I'm gonna pull this
Rudolph
thing out
the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the reindeer. That of course is the
Frosty.
And Frosty.
Which one had the Island of Misfit Toys?
That was Rudolph.
That was Rudolph.
Yeah.
Was that in the proper Rudolph, or was that in one of the weird Rudolph sequels?
I think that was
that was proper Rudolph.
It was in prop. The sequel one had the brothers with the fire and the ice.
And
he's
miser. I'm Mr. Whatever the fuck.
Which one was it where Jack Frost was a bad person or somebody like that? Was it that one?
That was
it was that one.
Okay.
That's the same. Yeah.
Mother Nature was in there.
Yes. Mother
Nature.
Oh Lord.
Oh, that's right. It was Yukon Cornelius.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting
And
bubbles.
the Abominable is in this.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to, it's I can't in the modern world I can't make the same joke, but the Island of Misfit Toys, you knew what was wrong with every toy, except for the girl toy. Remember, there was like a girl doll, and my joke was she used to have but it's not really a joke anymore, and I'll get canceled on the internet.
I think
Careful,
we're well
everybody.
beyond that at this point.
Yeah.
So you got Rudolph frolicking with the elf.
What's his name? Steve. You want to be a dentist?
He wants to be a dentist.
Yeah.
Steve is gay.
A dentist.
Oh, there's Burl Ives.
Yeah, Burl
messing with
Ives.
Rudolph. Burl, that soundtrack is just wonderful. That's another one that you should probably have in your collection.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we'll get this digging us out.
They had a Santa Claus version of this too, like how Santa Claus started.
Yeah,
Yes.
they did.
There's all the deers. Yukon
these were the
Cornelius.
best.
This was a lot of fun. What was his name? Herbie the Elf? Was it Herbie?
Herbie, that's it.
Herbie the Elf. Yeah.
What were those pictures of cars in it? Was that Roman going to school?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably both ways. With no shoes.
Right, all those stories about we had to go to school, uphill both ways.
That was
in the snow.
blizzard of '78. And so
I remember that one.
Me too.
That was a bad blizzard. So the coach deer is like a dick, right? Because they all make fun of. He tells him, "All right, guys, let's make fun of Rudolph because he has a fucked up nose."
Yep.
And they all make fun of Rudolph because he has a.
I think it was Blitzen, right? I think that was the deer who was Blitzen, right?
The coach deer.
Yeah.
Probably. He's a deer. I don't know their names. They're deer. I know there's 6 or 7 of them. 8 deer. Doesn't matter.
8. And then Rudolph makes 9.
Which he's actually not depicted in a lot of movies that are about Santa. Notably, the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Mm-hmm.
But
they say he's the most famous reindeer of all, but most Santa movies do not have a Rudolph.
No, it's true.
Probably writes this.
I don't know what's going on with these guys. I think they're making fun of Herbie for wanting to be a dentist, even though
the one with the glasses looks like the singer from Weezer.
I know, right?
Love how Mrs. Claus is like, nobody wants a skinny Santa. You must be fat.
Yeah.
So here's the girl doll I was talking about, the Island of Misfit Toys. I don't know what's wrong with her.
It's creepy.
What? She's good, except for the extra.
There's no nose. Nobody knows.
Singing to a tree, girl elves. But that is one of the great classics. And I'm okay with Frosty. He's fine. He's a snowman. He's doing snowman shit. But I really like the Rudolph story. The Little Drummer Boy is good as well. That one's kind of sad though because of the donkey and his birth defect. But if you haven't seen it, there's a donkey named Nestor who's got or is that a separate thing, man? No, am I thinking of a completely different thing? Am I combining things?
There were a lot of claymation stories around that time, maybe, but there is a donkey in the Little Drummer Boy story.
I think Nestor may have been a separate story. It was like Rudolph, except not about a donkey that had these weird long ears. And
I feel like I know what you're talking.
Let me. I'm gonna.
Doesn't he? He uses the ears to.
Is it swaddle the baby Jesus or carry something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's carrying like an 47. I don't remember what he did.
No. Somehow he saves baby Jesus or Christmas or something with his ears.
That's Santa. Oh my gosh. I know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh, I can't remember the name. It's basically Santa. There's not going to be a Christmas this year. It's when Santa takes a break, and so the elves and one of the baby deers tries to convince people that Santa's real, and they put socks on the reindeer's ears to make him look like a dog.
That's a different one. That's a different one. That's not the donkey. I can't find Nestor the donkey. I swear to God, he exists. I'm not making up a donkey with a weird birth defect ear. Yes, it sounds like something I would do. I know. But I'm not.
What's in that tea you're drinking?
Don't you worry about my tea, John.
Yeah. You're not getting confused with that time in Mexico, are you?
No, that was a different donkey. Anyway,
with a different birth defect. Huh?
Moving on.
I'm gonna Google this now. Namor the donkey.
Nestor the donkey.
Yeah, Namor. You're gonna get
Namor with the pointy ears and the stupid freaking Wakanda Forever, where they rewrote the character
because they.
You're canceled.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Give me a second. Let me see. Make sure. Yep, I'm gonna pull it up. Give me a second.
Okay, share your thing if you can, if you have the ability to do so. That way I can Just click on it and not have to rely on my abilities to not find something. He doesn't exist only in my mind, Zim. No, it's not true. There is a story about a donkey named Nestor. It's a Christmas story. No one believes me. I know.
Like the Mandela effect. We thought.
No, yeah. Remember that story about the donkey with the ears? Oh, yes. All right. Well, Mando, you found it. Okay, okay, there it is. All right. Nestor, their long-eared Christmas donkey.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's a completely separate story.
What year is this?
It's not. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Roman soldiers is a dick in this. And the angel, and then it's the same as Little Drummer Boy except with a donkey. Mm-hmm. Insert donkey instead of Little Drummer Boy.
And somehow they're still.
They're fucking elves.
That's the same elves from the other Christmas stories. I don't know.
Where the hell did they come from? Wait a minute.
That's Mrs. Claus. This is all of the worlds are connected. All of the movies in this claymation universe are connected.
We brought you some gifts.
Didn't the same company make like all of these?
Yeah, that's why.
I don't remember. Oh dear, that was not.
That's a Rankin and Bass. Yeah.
77.
67.
67?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah,
I don't think it was as popular.
Go back one slide, man. Go back to one slide. That's like, get him! And then just beat the shit out of that dude.
Good night, Smile Wow.
No, good night. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Oh, goodness. Yeah, see, it does exist. And that I think it's an angel or a fairy or something.
Probably Joseph an angel.
Pissed. Probably telling Nestor that you and your freakish ears have some special purpose. Wow. See, it exists.
Yeah, it's in the same universe. Yeah. So all of these claymation movies are in the same universe.
Huh. It still doesn't make you not weird, Roman.
I accept this.
Huh. Okay.
Isn't Nestor an orphan?
I think so.
I think most people in these things are orphans or whatever.
I think that was kind of the thing that most Christmas movies were at one point in time. It's just everyone's an orphan and let's all love the orphans. And now it's just let's make all of the money.
Yes. Let's make all of the money.
So this must be a prequel to Little Drummer Boy because they're on their way to Jerusalem. And when they got there, Little Drummer Boy, they were already there and had baby Jesus. So, where is he during the Little Drummer Boy?
He was behind Larry, and he was not enjoying it either. He's like, dude, this guy, and I'm like, I know, Nestor, you can use your ears to cover up your snout. Can I borrow one of those? Anyway, sorry, everybody's like, I have no idea what you're talking about at this point.
All right.
Well, anyway, so that is Nestor the long.
Roman's old. That's what he's saying.
Yes. Everybody, it's all jokes, folks. It's all jokes. Shieldwall. Actually, we were going to talk about. Or actually, I think we're talking about those now, though. Did you have some? Were there some others aside from the animated features that you were fond of from back in the day?
Well, the only other one that was like a holiday one, but was American Tail, but that's more of a Hanukkah movie. So
it's still the season, to be fair.
Right,
yeah.
It is. Yeah. And because he gets the blue hat from his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
an American, not an American Werewolf in London. Very different.
It's called American Tail. It's animated with like little mice or rats.
Not Fievel Goes West, but just regular American Tail.
It's along that same vein. I think that was before Fievel Goes West.
Fievel Goes West was the sequel.
Mm-hmm. Pardon me. Sorry, everyone. Sorry.
You're what?
Shut up.
Sorry.
All right. Is that it?
He turns Canadian when he apologizes.
I noticed that too.
Offense, so here we go. Here's an American Tail.
Yep.
So
great movie.
So talk about this for a sec, Shieldwolf. I'm not familiar with this. I know there's a rat, and he's probably spreading the Black Plague. Is that?
Oh my God!
No, it's a wholesome tale.
This is a great movie. It's like they're coming over to Ellis Island and like,
yeah. That's what's so great about it is that it's like an immigrant tale, and he has all these adventures and stuff. I just remember it fondly from when I was when did it come out? I mean, I've been a little bit older.
This looks like an
late
80s, 80s,
late 80s, I think.
Yeah.
Because same thing. I remember like being a young little, just a little tot watching it as well as a youngster.
I think I watched it with my sister, and that's why it holds a lot of meaning for me, because she liked it. Because I was older by that point, but it's a pretty good story.
And so is Fievel, is he a Jewish mouse or is he just a mouse?
Yes. He's like a Russian Jew or an Eastern
European
Jew.
they are Eastern European trying to flee.
Oh dear, I don't want to. They really should have thought about representation here when they were doing this. There are some bad connotations from those folks in the war. And this.
Well, this is earlier though. This is much earlier than that.
In the 80s.
Well, no. What I mean is the story takes place at the turn of the century.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
like 1901, like early.
Yeah. So
it's like there's like scenes in the movie where like the Statue of Liberty is still being reassembled and constructed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm not familiar. Like
it's great though. Like they come over and like Fievel gets separated from his family and stuff happens, and then he gets reunited, and
there you can see
another movie that has a lot of heart.
You can see where the
they're still reconstructing the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. And you can see the ship. It's like.
Oh, is that Fievel's ship?
Mm-hmm. So
what is that? What is that? What is that? Some kind of
grasshopper,
cricket, or
what's with his head?
We're not sure.
And old,
and it's another one where like people think that it's a Disney movie, but it actually wasn't. So I don't know what streaming service this would be on right now, but if you can find it, I highly recommend watching it.
But if you go back like a couple of
pictures, was this DreamWorks?
No,
this is probably before DreamWorks.
Once I get done with the pictures here, we can go back and take a look.
Yeah, before DreamWorks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it had that pigeon would fly him around and stuff.
That's like the bad mouse.
Great.
He looks
great
bad.
movie.
I can only assume he's bad because he's smoking.
Yep.
That's terrifying.
Right, and it has
sort of like a Trojan horse thing.
Themes of everything, the wonder and opportunity of coming to America, but it not being what they thought it was going to be. People trying to take advantage of them, having to sleep cramped in like slum type conditions where everyone's all on top of each other and don't have enough to eat and can't get work and whatever. But it's done in animation with a mouse, so it's okay.
Nobody can be upset about the representation because it's mice.
But they could be now.
Yeah, they will be now, but back then it wasn't.
I'm still trying to find the studio here.
I want to say it was like Warner Brothers.
On the actual poster here, if I can.
Like I vaguely feel like it was either Fox or Warner Brothers.
Oh, this is a Steven Spielberg production as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Huh.
Now that's fascinating.
So I just, it was like I said, my sister liked it and we'd watch it together. I don't really remember a whole lot about it. I remember like the themes and stuff and certain things.
It's got Dom DeLuise and Christopher Plummer.
It's really good. It's not
names.
like half baked or anything. It's
Hey, Half Baked is a great movie.
No. What I meant is, it wasn't like half done or dinner or whatnot. Yeah. Half Baked is a good movie. Yeah, I like.
For the life of me, I cannot find the studio.
I like that.
I
that
feel
one
like
guy
it was either Fox or Warner Brothers.
And I don't want to. Otherwise, I'm just going to stay here staring at the screen because I have my OCD and it's
Universal. I think.
Well, that is a peculiar one.
Yeah, Universal.
One. Okay. Back when other studios made movies.
MCA Universal. Cartoons. Yep, it was Universal. Yep, I see it now.
Cool.
Yeah. But
all right,
so it was a good story that anybody could identify. You didn't have to be Jewish to watch it or whatever.
And it takes place at
Heart.
Yep. Mhm.
That's cool. Well, because there are not a lot of Hanukkah films really out there.
I actually had never realized. I mean, I remember watching that when I was a kid. I never made that connection before, that it was like a Jewish family and like
They didn't really. It wasn't like now it'd be front and center and be all you'd hear about, and that's how they'd market it. Then it was just like, hey, these are immigrants coming from, another. And I don't even think they specified the country really.
No, it was just sort of implied. But no, we're going to talk about a Hanukkah movie though. 8 Crazy Nights, the Adam Sandler animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's one.
Oh, I haven't seen that either.
That's a good one. It's another one. It's got some heart.
I like
it's got some comedy. It's got some whatever, but it's got some heart.
All right, so John, what's another one that you want to talk about?
Well, I think I went for like the weird, dark, and twisty on the last one, and we're kind of doing the rounds, waiting to see if other people are going to pull them up. But I'm between 2 movies that, for me, it's not Christmas until I have watched at least the first Home Alone, if not 1 and 2, and Christmas Vacation. So I got to kind of lump the 2 in there. That when it's Christmas season, for me, like it's not Christmas until I've seen Home Alone and Christmas Vacation. So whichever one we want to dive into or pull apart, those are 2.
We can discuss both.
And I know we said that they're overplayed. Everyone watches Home Alone. Let's get into Christmas Vacation. That's a classic one.
That's a better one.
Home Alone. No, we can talk about Home Alone for a minute and then dive into the other one.
We've all seen them.
Yeah.
What's this kid's name?
Kevin McAllister.
Kevin.
Oh yeah, Kevin.
His parents. What?
Macaulay Culkin. Yes.
What is wrong with his parents?
That's what I want to know, because there's 2 of these movies.
Well, in the first one, if you watch closely in the beginning, when the debacle happens over the pizza and they spill the milk all over the counter, the dad is like wiping it up and he throws away the boarding passes without realizing it. The next morning, the obnoxious neighbor kid is over there digging through everyone's luggage, asking questions, and they count him thinking he's Kevin. In the second one, he's got his little talk boy thing, and he's insisting that he needs new batteries for it while they're trying to run through the terminal, and he starts following some other guy that's wearing the same coat as his dad. So it's believable in both movies. Like,
is this the tarantula scene?
Yeah.
No, that's stepping on the glass ornaments.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I feel every time I watch this movie, I just like feel that, because he steps and like the ornaments just like explode, and they're all made out of like the tiny little glass. Like
What's crazy about it is that would totally happen.
I've been to the house.
Were made out of glass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can drive up to it. It's northern suburbs of Chicago. I took my kid when we went down that area and looked at all the church is there, the house, his house. It looks almost exactly the same. It's like
is it an actual private residence?
Yes, it was actually for sale a few years ago for a few $1 million.
Well, yeah, it's a giant house in Chicago. Kevin's parents were well off.
It's one of the richer neighborhoods, but it's you can drive down the street and look at it, and pretty cool.
Was the early '90s. It was probably like a $300,000 house back then.
So,
now it's like
and that's the other thing.
$5 million.
Know, it's like, what does Kevin's dad do for work that they live in that giant house and he can pay to take the whole family to Paris for Christmas? Like, what's he doing for
Did you
work?
see the meme?
Drug dealer.
That? He was the dad. He was in The Sopranos. As a lawyer. So that's how he had the money.
He's a piece of shit lieutenant.
He was a lawyer, a mob lawyer. That's what it was. That's how you had to.
And actually, I also remember hearing that Joe Pesci was coming in fresh off of doing Goodfellas, and they wanted this to obviously be a family movie. So all of his, when he's like, they had to do like multiple takes over and over and over because he kept like actually dropping F-bombs. And they're like, no, this is a family movie. Say fridge.
I can see that problem.
And they actually sustained serious burns filming the second one.
I bet. His little head was on fire.
No stunt guy for the second movie, eh? All right.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Why the hell did you take your shoes off? Why the hell you dress like a chicken?
The tarantula scene is, to me, just freaking hilarious.
So
I love it so much.
That's another funny one in that they obviously they really put the tarantula on Daniel Stern's face, and he agreed to only do one take and one take only. However, they said, as long as you can remain relatively calm, the spider will not bite you, and we'll move on and you'll be fine. So to do that scene, which he said, I will do one take. He did one take,
God.
but he couldn't actually scream because that actually would have startled the spider and caused the spider to bite his face. So he mimed the scream, and they had to go in and dub the scream in later. Otherwise, it would have bit his face.
Wow.
That's commitment, folks.
That's what actors used to have to do.
Imagine if for whatever reason they didn't like the way it came out, or they didn't get the take they wanted. He just would have been like, well, that's it. It's just not going to be in the movie then.
That's right. Fuck that. I love the band that John Candy's in, the Kenosha Kickers.
The Kenosha Kickers. Kiss Me Polka.
There we go.
Polka,
There we go.
polka, polka. We had a couple hits in the Midwest.
All right, and then the perennial favorite here. Let me pull this one up. And this is like one of the most quoted movies around our house.
I just saw it a couple days ago too. It was on somewhere.
Best ass.
Come on.
I'm getting
Much
there.
anticipation.
I'm not fast, but I'll get you there, folks. There probably was a better way to say that as well.
I was about to make a really inappropriate joke, and I'm going to withdraw my comments.
So
I
it's
just watched this one the other night too.
Christmas Vacation, and I adore this movie. There is not a part of this movie that I don't love. The whole family dynamic in this. When Clark and Ellen are laying in bed the night before, and they're talking about maybe you've just built it up too much, Sparky's like, when do I do that?
Birthdays, graduations, and then he's got the sap and everything sticking to his hands.
The tree lighting or the house lighting scene is just fucking hilarious.
Yes.
He's got the neighbors, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and whoever the dude is.
Those poor neighbors, like,
and the lights come on, and he just trips over and
something had to break the stereo. Something had to break the window. Why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margo. There it is. They're just classic, late 80s, early 90s people. Those were those people.
The yuppies.
And the little lights aren't twinkling, Clark. Thank you for noticing, Art.
And then the crazy squirrel.
You couldn't hear a dump truck backing up through a nitroglycerin plant.
It's a funny little chittering sound.
That was awesome. Yeah, that
guy, the uncle, whatever his name is, he was the voice of the professor in Nightmare Before Christmas, and the crazy old aunt was the original voice of Betty Boop.
Wow.
I'll tell you one thing: the older I get, the better Beverly D'Angelo looks in this movie.
Yeah, really. She is an attractive lady.
Yes,
she was.
When I was young, though, I was like, she's all right. But now, I'm
she's
like,
hot as fuck.
Yeah,
starts to kind of make you ask that question of like, how did Clark land that?
No,
right?
At the cereal place, making the
exactly. He's
the slipping non-varnish. He makes it crisp without penetrating. So if the kid here, the young male here, Rusty,
Johnny Galecki.
Yep, that is Leonard from Big Bang Theory,
from
and
your
of course
favorite show,
Juliette Lewis over here on the other side. Who
I never made that connection.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? Now they did a follow-up. I don't know if you saw. It was the follow-up to this. It was the modern version of Vacation, where Rusty is growing up and he's taking his family. It's the guy who played the dentist in The Hangover, whose name I'm not remembering.
Ed Helms.
No, I got nothing.
Who ended up
on
with the
that
face tattoo?
Yeah, Ed Helms.
That
Yeah,
guy.
Ed Helms, yeah.
And
Mike Tyson.
Chris Helmsworth is in it, and that's funny. It's not great. I'm not going to say it's great, but it is mildly entertaining. And you come back to the elder Griswolds later in the movie.
Did you see the commercial they did with Chase and Delangelo, and they have the kids, but they bring like all the sets of kids from the movies.
Oh no!
Somehow they're in there, and they're all kind of like, "Way to go, Russ!" Yes, and it's like Michael J. The first guy from the Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Yes.
And then the second one from the Vacation, and it's kind of like weird how
that was the funny thing is the kids are different in every single movie.
Yes.
This was my favorite set of kids though, because this was my favorite of the Vacation movies, just in general.
Al Pacino. She was married to Al Pacino. That's it.
She was. In this scene, look at the tree, Audrey. She'll look at the tree later.
Her eyes are frozen. In the warm embrace of kith and kin.
The cat gets cooked under the chair.
Yeah, did you bring a shovel?
That poor cat.
No, did you bring an axe or no?
That poor cat was stuffed into a Jello thing, and then stuffed into a
I
box,
know.
and then stuffed under.
Oh, she packed her damn cat.
Well, that cat had 9 lives. You just used all of them.
Quickly.
Spent them all right there. Cousin Eddie, man.
The Jello has the cat food in it, and Eddie's like, I don't know about the cat, but I sure am enjoying it.
Good.
Oh Lord! And when they all showed up, it was just Rusty. I'll give you a quarter to rub my bunions. Where's Audrey? I have a quarter for her too.
Boy, a whole quarter.
And then Clark's like, I'm going to be out moving the cars for the season. Oh, there.
Yes, I love this. She just comes back and she's just like, woof. Forget all this passive stuff.
It's mauled by the dog. Oh God! This
is the season to be merry.
That's my name. No shit.
No shit. Can't see the line, can you, Russ? Nope.
Look how quotable this movie is.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that came out in the last 3 years, you can't quote it.
I don't think I better go sailing down no hill with nothing between my brain and my skull except a piece of government plastic.
You really think anyone would notice, Eddie? Well, the thing is, it's made. It'll dance, and my hair just
my part is right here. So dance, and I just
so concerned about his hair and how he looks. That nice old comb over.
Is Rusty still in the Navy? This is bigger than your old house.
I just love the scene where they're asking her to say grace, and she starts doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and then Eddie stands up and
Play ball. That's my favorite scene when he's out there. There it is, right there.
Yep.
Shitter's full.
Shitters lately.
That's just out there, nothing but a bathrobe, just emptying out the RV. Just
like the storm drain.
Emptying his RV into the storm drain.
And you could just see the storm drain, just all the chemicals.
When they cut the turkey, it looks so perfect, and then he hits it with the knife.
I told you we started it too early. Oh, there's the heart.
It looks how it tastes dry as hell.
Save the neck for me, Clark. Well, we'll do, Eddie.
And he just looks so happy as he's like, finally something might be going right.
God.
No, this is
and then all of the cops and everyone.
They come in here, they're gonna find the jolliest set of assholes this side of the nut house.
Jelly of the Month Club.
Yeah.
Jelly of the Month Club.
Clark, that is the gift that keeps on giving the whole year round.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is, Edward. Yes, it is.
That it is.
Just wonder how much whiskey,
Where's
they're just doing vodka and whiskey and tequila. They're just pouring all that in the punch. We all know it.
Oh, Invader Zim. That's hilarious.
Oh,
yeah, no.
The blue leisure suit. So good.
The way he's got the white shoes. Oh, it was just.
Yep.
The crazy eyes.
or when he's like wearing like the white sweater with the black dickie underneath it.
Oh, yes. Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
You can see all his skin through it. The dick is like a perfect.
Terrible. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, God, I broke it. I broke the interweb.
Ah!
You got the white hat leather shoes.
Oh,
Then he gave Clark in the first one. Somehow he gets him back.
Oh, God. They dig out the tree. And the scene with the truckers. Here it is.
Yes.
You were under a truck, Clark. Do you honestly think I don't know that, Ellen? Oh, just that movie is so good.
It's like the Forrest Gump of Christmas movies. It's so quotable.
It is. Like I said, that's that's our house at Christmas for the season. We got about 20 minutes left, so we're doing pretty good here. So we're doing all right. So Blair, I think we're back to you actually. And I know the order got it's his fault, by the way.
Oh, whatever.
Thanks, son. God
there you go.
I don't even know what's happening now.
Yes.
All right, Blair. What is a Christmas movie that you? God damn it! Talk about.
I got a couple real quick. The first one, the one I like, is The Grinch, the original Grinch with Boris Karloff.
Yes, the Dr. Seuss. Yeah, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I mean, I loved his voice as a kid. Freaking me out that Frankenstein and the Mummy was doing a Christmas story. That was insane.
Yes, Boris Karloff was just gold in this.
And the music, the singing, it's like will never forget that. You're a mean one,
Sung by the voice of Tony the Tiger, by the way.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. I did not know that.
And the little tiny dog had to hump all that shit. I felt so sorry.
Oh.
That dog was the real MVP of the whole movie.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, with
the
the antlers.
Big death thing right there. Look at
that. Poor Max.
Poor little dog trying to hump all that shit. And whenever he was like zipping, he'd get in the house, he'd like, get it all. And then he missed one little bulb.
And this is one of my favorites as well. Boris Karloff, his voice is just brilliant.
Look at that old ice tray.
Yeah, I know, right? And I like the Jim Carrey remake. It was pretty decent.
I like how they went more into the little girl's backstory. I never remember her name. Cindy Lou Who?
Cindy Lou.
Yeah, Cindy Lou Who.
Who was no more than 2.
Yep.
As a kid, I liked all the weird, and they took all the fluzzles and the Banzers.
Yes, all the. So I do a reading of this every year. I used to do it in the real world when my friend was a teacher, and I would go and I would read this to her class every year. And I do clever voices. You'll find it surprising that I do that kind of thing. So now in my golden years, I'll be doing a reading of it probably next week. And it'll be a recorded one. It won't be live, and then I'll put it out there for the children's, and I do fun voices. I try to harness my inner Grand Moff Tarkin when I'm reading it for the Grinch. So that's what I'm going for. But yeah, the rhyming is when we get to nimbly stuffing it up the chimbley, that one fucks me up every time I'm reading it, and I have to be very careful because it's like a 1 through when I'm reading it, and if I'm halfway through it, I fuck it up. Then you have the Grinch outtakes where I'm throwing that little motherfucker, and it's chaos. So, well, but this is all just so much fun. They did one the animated feature. It was a few years ago now that had Benedict Cumberbatch was the voice of the
Mhm.
Grinch.
I don't think I
thought
saw
that
that.
one
or
was
I saw
okay.
snippets of it, maybe.
It's not terrible, but it's long. This one's great. It's it's like 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. It's
Yeah.
actually probably not. It's probably more like 20 minutes. And there are there are aspects of the video that are different than just the children's story, which takes 11 minutes to read, by the way, in case you're curious. But this one, it's just so timeless. The story of why, the Grinch, and what I don't like, and what they did do in the Benedict Cumberbatch version, they went and they gave you a backstory on the Grinch and why he hated Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give a fuck. It was good enough that the Grinch hated Christmas.
Well, they did that in a movie too.
Yeah, they did it with the Jim Carrey version too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I don't require that. I need to know only that he hates Christmas, and that's fine with me. And he hates the noise. And I mean, and you get more into the Cindy Lou character again, and I was actually okay with that in the Cumberbatch version of it. I thought she was a cute character and she was fun. And you get to meet some of the neighbors. I forget the fellow's name, and what the fuck? God damn it, John.
That is true though.
That is one thing I will say that I liked about the Jim Carrey Grinch over all of the other ones was his scene where he's debating with himself if he wants to go to the freaking Christmas party or not. He's like, "I'll be late. Be fashionably late."
That's it. I'm not going.
Yeah.
But the Grinch is just a lovely story of how a heart can change and grow 3 sizes, which might actually put you in the hospital. So
yeah, they actually said if you did that, you would die.
I mean, if you feel like your heart is enlarging, you might want to go call 911.
Yeah, that's actually bad for you. So just be
there's
careful.
Been a lot of news stories lately about enlarged hearts. It's not good.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. One thing I wanted to say was, the Home Alone
we
movie.
can free for all now.
I fucking hate that movie. I hate that fucking kid. I hope they would do a remake and they'd murder his ass. And
they did technically do a
his
remake.
organs are decorated on the tree for it. That's how they should remake that movie.
I mean, they did remake it recently. Like, I think it was like last year or something, and it was like a girl as the main character. So
not the way I would remake it. I hate that. Every year they show that, I hate that damn movie. I hate the family. God. They're all annoying as hell. God.
I mean, but in the recent remake, they took away the balls, so...
Your opinion, man.
It's a girl character.
But my opinion is shared by many, I'm sure.
Oh, that is
okay,
hilarious.
But because we still haven't really touched on it too much, I think everyone's kind of mentioned it, whatever. I will fight anyone who says that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
I will die on that hill with you.
I will take that one to my grave.
I never cared. But I'll go, it was a good movie. It just happened.
It's a great debate if it's a Christmas movie or not. And I'm like, nope, I will die on that hill, sir.
I'm with Blair on that one. I mean, I can go either way on it. I mean, it's a good movie.
I could go either way on it. It's like, yeah, sure, why not? It happened at Christmas. We'll call it a Christmas movie.
That's like
actually, I saw something recently that was basically suggesting that Die Hard was like Home Alone for adults, so that actually might make you hate it. It was like it's it's the same kind of thing. Like
it's funny.
I'll give it a pass then because he does blow people up and it's good.
Oh my God!
So now we know all Blair needs is just explosions and blowing people up, and that's a good movie.
Fine, it's fine, it's good.
No annoying kids.
And actually, yes, Lethal Weapon, also a Christmas movie.
Oh yeah, I've heard that too. It happens at Christmas. So any movie that takes place during Christmas time is a Christmas movie, apparently.
So then all the Harry Potter movies would also be Christmas movies.
Yes.
Fair.
Yes. I can watch the Harry Potter series now.
Star Trek never did a Christmas episode, and I was always kind of bummed out about that.
That's because nobody likes Star Trek.
But you know what people do like? Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah.
Or that.
Back when they did Christmas specials.
many years did Christmas specials. And then came the Chibnall era. Wah, wah, wah. And they got rid of him because Chibs is a dick and he doesn't like Christmas. So they stopped them for the last several years. Since 2017, you have not had a Christmas special.
You see, Christmas is problematic.
Yeah, I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to upset anybody.
Christmas special is returning with Russell T. Davies. So you will be getting a Doctor Who Christmas special again. And of the Christmas specials, this is my favorite. It's called Last Christmas. It was set after season 8, before season 9. Gina Coleman was actually supposed to leave the show, and then they did this episode, and she decided to stay. I think they actually changed the ending of the episode for that. She wakes up. There's a tussle on the roof, and she goes up there, and it's Santa and the elves. They have crashed into her roof, and then the doctor appears, and he's like, "You have to come with me, Clara." And they go to the North Pole, and there's this base up there with these there's like 4 people up there, and there's 4 people in beds that have this like face hugger thing on them, which are called dream crabs.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It's a pretty scary thing, and they make a joke. One of the guys in the lab is like, "That's kind of like a face hugger," and doctor's like, "Face hugger," and the guy's like, "From Alien." He's like, "You have a movie called Alien? I'm offended. It's no wonder you keep getting invaded." So it's Doctor Who humor, but there's a good picture of the dream crab. So it puts you in a dream
Nightmare
state
crab.
while it inserts a proboscis into your skull and slowly digests your brain.
That's
and
fun.
the
very
dream
Christmassy.
is the anesthetic. So you're in a complete, but it's Santa's in it. That's not Santa. That's Danny Pink. But it's a fun episode. There's a lot of really emotional moments in it as well, which are nice. And that's what the Doctor Who Christmas special should do. And that's what they did for a long time until Chibnall came and fucked it all up. So, someone mentioned Elf. Yes, Jacob Ironside. Elf is also, I love Elf. Elf is like a Rankin Bass movie come to life.
Cringe as hell. I hate that shit.
Oh.
Really? You hate Elf? How do you hate Elf?
You sit upon a throne of lies.
That part I liked, but the rest of it.
You smell like
It's
beef
Will
and cheese.
Ferrell being Will Ferrell dressed like an elf.
Yeah.
It's just a Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah.
But I love Bob Newhart as Papa Elf because he's like the straight man, and it's just hilarious. I'm sorry, Blair hates it. Blair hates Christmas. That's one of my favorites as well, though. I do love Elf. It's just I like James Caan, who is who I know from the 70s kind of action movies and The Godfather. That's what I think of when I think of James Caan.
He was actually a big reason why there was no sequel, because he was such a dick and such a pain in the ass to work with.
I'm not surprised because he's kind of a dick. But then
now that he's passed away, they could totally make a sequel without him and just be like, "Oh,
he died.
Character died." That's what they did.
It wouldn't be the first time they did that.
So a really a minor Elf segue. She and Him is Zoe Deschanel's band
with Matthew Ward.
It's her and like a dude. And my God, they have a Christmas album. I love Zoe Deschanel's voice so much. So she sings in Elf, and she has a fucking lovely voice. Zax is calling you. Zax is calling you out here, Blair. Nobody hates Elf.
I've actually.
So now Zax is going to dress up in a Christmas suit, come to your house, and go all Canada on your ass.
He's going to bring out fucking maple syrup and
he's going to cover you with maple
put
syrup.
It on everything.
That got weird really fast. But she and him.
When does this not? When does this not?
No, she's not wrong. That's kind of the point of the stream, kids. We like to get a little weird. Because if we didn't, what are you gonna do? Just watch a regular show about Christmas stuff? Where's the fun in that? She and Him, it's Christmas. I think I'm done. I think we're done. I think we've exhausted it.
Yeah.
John, you got a pick, don't you?
Yeah, so I gotta split. I gotta get going.
Okay. We'll do a real quick round the horn. We'll start with you, John. That way you can hop out and be awkward. So before John jumps out, I want to thank everybody on the panel tonight, of course. Nice to have you back, John. Father Miller, that 70s rock fan who Bigfoot and Elvis all in one. Mando, who was our very first guest. Shieldwall, who always good. And my favorite wizard, and I'm so happy he's back on the panel, Blair de Blair. So John, what do you got coming up here, buddy? And again, happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
I have something for you. You need to come get still.
No, I know it's been a busy week.
Here, I'm going to go off camera for just 1 second. Keep talking.
No, it's been a busy week. Internet and YouTube wise, I don't really have anything going on. However, on my side hustle of playing music out and about, I am playing at another tiki bar tomorrow night, so that should be fun. Far as what I have going on next week, I don't know, but I'm going to be playing for a bunch
San Diego, I'm going
to be playing for a bunch of drunk people at a tiki bar again tomorrow night. Whereas last week I got the entire bar to sing "Friends in Low Places," so that was fun.
That is fucking awesome.
That's how drunk they were.
That's how drunk they were.
You need to come claim this.
I will come and
Rogue Dead Guy
soon as
whiskey.
possible. The weekend's looking a little busy too. I know you're usually on with the Brits on Saturdays, but that might be my only opening until next week sometime. But otherwise, we'll figure it out.
We can make it work.
We'll make it work.
So, all right. Well, thanks, buddy. It was good to see you.
Yeah, always good to be on and argue with you and trigger you. And
I hate you so much.
I know, but you love me.
It's words.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, guys. Had tons of fun. Good talking to everybody.
All right, buddy.
Catch up with everyone else soon.
Say, John.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
He's still there.